New overextended Blue Eyes White Dragon. Is this going to actually be good? Is it going to be a joke? Is it just nostalgia bait? Let's find out, mate.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, the White Phantom Beast. Now, it's important to set off right away. There is no other new Blue Eyes cards nonsense. Just all the big protagonists and rivals have received a super boosted card. People are referring to them as custom cards. Well, let's see how custom this card is. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. When this card is added from the deck to your hand or your monster is destroyed by battle, you could reveal this card in your hand to special summon it. So a lot of people refer to this as turning a card into Poplar. What the heck is a Poplar? Well, Poplar is a card that you want in the deck to be triggered by adding it to your hand, except by drawing it. So there's two things here. Poplar doesn't have a way to do well while it's already in your hand besides normal summoning it. So in a lot of ways, it could just be a brick. So for Konami to get around the Poplar brick situation, they added another clause where if a monster is also destroyed by battle, this is a good way to get this out of your hand. And there are also other ways to do so. Now, another thing that's different from Poplar besides the destroy by battle clause to summon this is it's missing a word. When this card is added from the deck to your hand, and then it moves on, did you forget something, Konami? Did you forget except by drawing it? Because the word except by drawing it is on a lot of cards. It's except by drawing it is on like every card that triggers when added to the hand. All of them, except by drawing, except by drawing, except by drawing. So what are the implications of not having that on the card? Well, technically you draw your hand at the start of a duel, right? And then it would trigger on your opening hand. Well, there has been some deep, in-depth ruling research into basic rule books where it's not specifically mentioned or highlighted, but drawing cards at the start of the duel is actually not at the start of the duel. It's before the duel starts. So technically, where it would actually trigger if it happened within the duel, it's outside the duel where you draw your 5 cards, so it does not trigger there. Another issue is, which is something that I thought Konami was straying away from, and it's a mechanic that people hate, and that is missing the timing. When you can. What the heck? What's going to happen here? Well, Upstart Goblin. Is the last thing you do is drawing a Dark Magician or a Blue Eyes with this? No, it's gaining 1 life points for the opponent. You draw, then your opponent gains. So you draw the Blue Eyes, then your opponent gains, then you miss the timing on Blue Eyes on a freaking Upstart Goblin. So that's not going to even work here. Okay. So let's see the other effects, though, in addition to this, and then we'll have a good overview of ways this could be used. If this card is special summoned, so if summoned on Chain Link 2 or higher, it will not be missing the timing. So that's the difference between if and when. You can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Non-target destroy. A good way to balance non-target destroy all monsters is specifying it only destroys special summoned monsters. Well, nope, this is any and all monsters. It's not even just face up, face down, face up, destroy all of them. Also, you can only attack with Blue Eyes monsters this turn. We don't really care about that too much, right? Sure. So, interesting. Added to hand, and it's only from the deck. There are cards like Crowley. Crowley would be added from the graveyard. So there's a lot of nuance to how they designed this card. Added from the grave, it then triggers and special summons only from the deck. And then what's the third effect? When a card or effect is activated that targets this card in the field, discard a card, negate that effect. What is interesting about this? If this is properly translated, this is not a hard once per turn. Target, 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 discard, 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 negate, negate, negate. So multiple negates. You're not going to target this with one, then do it again, per card I have in the hand, that is. Now, if we put this all together, what are some things? So it does not trigger on the opening hand since your opening hand is before the duel starts. Misses the timing of Upstart. This card, in essence, it is a brick. So when a card is a brick, you usually don't want to play more than one copy, maybe if not at all. So I think immediately, since this is not a combo starter, you may be thinking, is this a one of or is this a zero of? Someone in the chat was saying this card is actually not that good. You know, we're going to be further investigating that. Now, if this is stuck in the hand, besides destroying by battle to summon it, what's another way to summon it if stuck in the hand? Some things I wrote here where if we just click on the Blue Eyes deck type breakdown here within the search, if Blue Eyes in the hand, you could summon it with Sage. Discard this card, special summon a Blue Eyes. No, you actually can't. This is not from the hand or deck, it's only the deck, so Sage doesn't work. That's a problem. But what about the Link 1? Does this summon, where's just the graveyard? Since most people do summon this from the graveyard, tribute this card, special summon a Blue Eyes from your hand or graveyard, and it's a Blue Eyes monster. But if you special summon an effect monster from your graveyard, so it doesn't have the but clause of a negatively affecting an effect monster from the graveyard because we're summoning from the hand, so it will still trigger. If special summon from the hand off of a Spirit Link 1, you will still be able to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So that's going to be the downside if you already have this. You just got to make a Spirit Link 1 or just swing your monster in by battle. But there's another thing to this. Something has really fallen out of favor in Yu-Gi-Oh!, and that is battle traps. Gores used to be limited to 1. This was a big freaking deal. Now, if I'm playing against a Blue Eyes deck, I have to fear a damage step board wipe? What the heck? No way. Oh, that's okay, DK. Droplet can be used in the damage step. Not at the end of the damage step. You can't even droplet this. You swing in any monster destroyed by battle, and now you gotta fear that a Blue Eyes will come swinging out of the freaking hand and wiping away your entire field on battle destruction. That's a crazy thought. Definitely very interesting. Wow, okay. That's something to be thinking about, making battle traps great again. What else we have here? What's the best way to add this to the hand? Well, obviously a lot of people have ideas on how to add it for when going second, sure. But does this actually boost the power of our turn 1? How can we turn this into a form of disruption? I think a way to turn this into a disruption is Kaiba Man. Kaiba Man the Legend. If you activate True Light during your opponent's turn, especially summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, while this is in the graveyard, you'll then banish this card and add a Blue Eyes monster from your deck to your hand, and then there you go. When added off of you using True Light to reborn a Blue Eyes, you now get to wipe away their field. So I think that would be a good way to turn this into a disruption. But if this is a one of and it's in your opening hand, then that combo's not so good. So another way to think would be, do you have a way to return Blue Eyes back in the deck? I know that Xyz decks have a way to do that. 7th Tachyon's a good way to return cards back in the deck, but does Blue Eyes have a good way to return this back? I'm not so sure about that. You tell me. Now, there are other ways to turn this into a disruption besides Kaiba Man. A commonly summoned turn 1 card, which a lot of decks could use this, is Seals. Seal, not Seals. Spheres. When this card is tributed, you could special summon your Blue Eyes White Phantom Beast from the deck and then wipe away their field in addition to returning a face-up card back. That is interesting. Or, who likes Mirror Jade? Mirror Jade's pretty cool, right? Well, everyone can have the effect of Mirror Jade if you play Magnum Hut. Magnum Hut in the end phase. Add a Blue Eyes White Dragon Phantom, summon it, wipe away their field in the end phase of monsters, that is. So that's pretty cool. And then in addition to the damage step board wipe. So overall, this is an interesting card. Let's see if there's some cool gameplay to check out. We got to go second. So as suspected, there's gonna be cool go second plays like wishes, bingo, add it, sure. Ooh, we got the Magnum Hut board wipe. Let's go. Okay. Wow, I mean, Magnum Hut resolves, and you don't know your opponent's on Blue Eyes. What do? You don't know if your whole field's gonna get destroyed. You better set up something that could negate it at least. There's no way to know. You have no idea. All we've seen was Ash and Magnum Hut. Now, the synchros are good at dodging card effects, but if the effect is a non-targeting, it ain't dodging. Oh, there you go. Add to the hand, special summon, wipe the field. That is crazy. I said I was going to watch one replay, but I mean, that was so good. Can I, like, Alex Ordio, can I watch one more? Is that cool? Let's watch one more. How about Malice? And then make sure to watch the video to see the full replay there. So this will just be Sage. Summon it from the deck. Even though we're not summoning from the hand, we could still summon from the deck, right? That's what I'm suspecting that we're going to do here. Let's see. I do want to say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs more of this. More spectacles, more crazy things. We lost what was really cool back in the day. We lost how common Heavy Storm was. We lost how common Harpy Feather Duster, Raigeki, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, these big effects that affect the entire field. We need more of that, and this is a good way to add more of it. So we're going to get rid of that board wipe, right? Ash negates. Non-target banish Sage for Link 1. Okay. Summon Blue Eyes. How are we going to get to the cool Blue Eyes? What are we doing? Oh, that's it. That's it. Sage is doing it. Boom. Holy board wipe. That is so damn cool. Wow. All right. Very cool. Oh, okay. What does he do with it in the hand? Okay, one more. Because this is the bad thing. Oh, what if it's in your hand? You didn't show any replays with it. Well, he did. There you go. Dual Exordia is showing it. If it's in your hand, it sucks, right? It's trash. Unless it's used as a battle trap. They attack into you, then you wipe their field in the damage step. Is that going to be crazy or what? Let's find out. Go spell, negate, summon mate. Yeah, see, it's a break. Did not contribute to your turn 1 field. If you didn't have any other plays, you'd be upset. With this dead in your hand, it'd suck. Well, you would possibly want to even set a hand trap. Setting a Mulcharmy, as long as you have other cards in the field, sure, if your Mulcharmy's dead, and then if they destroy the Mulcharmy in battle, you get to wipe them out. Let's see. So I was talking about one of the main ways to enable this would be the Heavenly Sphere or using Kaiba Man. Are we going to use this? Right? I mean, the Sage is bait. Who doesn't want to attack in a Sage? It's right there to attack into. Damage step. That's it. You can't chain to this. You can't jump off the field. It doesn't matter even if you did. It'd be wiping them away. Damage step. Mirror Force is back. You attack, you get Mirror Force, but damage step, Mirror Force. Holy moly. Damn, I did talk about that. That's good. That is good. That's fun. Okay, yeah. All right. A fun way, it doesn't break the deck. It's not a boring turn 1 super duper enabler of a bunch of disruptions. And there you go. The new Blue Eyes is here. And the question's still on the table. Is it top tier? Maybe in your hands? Let's go.